Hmm. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Big Hoodie 5. We in the spot. Don't make it too hot now. You feel me? We got a lot to go over. Short amount of time. So I'm gonna make this quick. You know what I'm saying? First things first, we're gonna get into the NFL. Gots to get into this NFL. Week 8 has just passed us. Couple upsets, you know what I'm saying? Couple things I'm not too happy about myself. Messed up my tickets, but that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. Right now, we're gonna do is this 2 minute drill. We're gonna make it sweet, savory, you know what I'm saying? That you really get the to embrace, you know what I'm saying, every substance of week 8, you know what I'm saying? In 2 minutes. Feel me? Or less. Preferably less. More than likely less. You feel me? So let's get started. Hold on, let me get up my uh-huh schedule. Yeah, 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 yeah. hmm 2 minute timer. First game, Thursday. Rams and the Vikings. First upset of the week. Crazy upset. Nobody really expected that. Puka Nakua and my boy Cooper Cup came back and did what they had to do. Philly and Cincinnati. Philly had us a little bit worried, but exactly what I thought. Saquon was gonna take over that game, and it was just gonna be that they weren't gonna be able to slow down and run. Baltimore and Cleveland, another upset, man. Cleveland, Jameis Winston. Shout out that boy Jameis, man. I told y'all he's gonna come out there and show up. Tennessee and Detroit, Tennessee, we knew what was going on. Y'all shouldn't even came out there on the field. Arizona and Miami down to the wire, the last minute, last play. Hey man, good game. Tua back, looking decent. He not looking bad. New York and New England Jets. It's over. I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up, twin. It's over. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. We knew Atlanta was gonna overpower Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay missing two high powered people. It's just not gonna work out that way. Baker ain't really got much to throw to, even though he still threw for 330. Green Bay and Jacksonville. Jacksonville almost pulled that off. Now Green Bay, you was looking a little sketch, but y'all almost hey now. Indianapolis and Houston. Anthony Richardson bench, bro. Go ahead and sit down somewhere. New Orleans and Los Angeles. We knew, you know what I'm saying, New Orleans just ain't, they hurt right now. Buffalo and Seattle. Buffalo, you're looking good out there. You're looking good out there. Carolina and Denver. Carolina is over. We ain't tripping. Kansas City and Las Vegas. Big bro. Chicago and Washington. Hey, now that game was crazy, bro. The Hail Mary will go down in history. Dallas and San Fran. Dallas, you might well go ahead and hang it up, twin. I ain't gonna lie to you. And New York and Pittsburgh, Russ is out there looking good now. He looking prime. He looking polished. Huh? Talk to me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's that on that. Now we get into the real nut and cranny of what's going on here. You feel me? Right now, you know what I'm saying? Right now, to me, right now, if I had to pick a Super Bowl favorite, it's gonna be the Detroit Lions. And I say that because they have a premier rushing game. The I can't even talk. The dynamic duo of Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery is just too much to deal with. On top of having good receivers, on top of having a good tight end, on top of having a very solid defense, getting a good pass rush, good run defense. It's just good all around. Now the secondary could use a little tweakage. Secondary could lose a it could use a little tweakage. You know what I'm saying? A couple things in that Minnesota game and in the game following, even in the Tennessee game at the beginning that we don't hey now. You know what I'm saying? Say it looking a little sketchy, but I still love to see it. Detroit looking like team to beat right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Detroit looking like team to beat. Um, Stephon Diggs is out for the season, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is it's detrimental to Houston, but then again, it's not. Nico Collins is coming back off of injury reserve. Um, you got to sit out a mandatory 4 weeks. He was out, so this follows in right on the brink of him coming back. They still have Tank Dell, still have Joe Mixon, so they still can create offense. They still have a nice defense. I really feel like where they lack at the most is offensive line. I feel like there wasn't enough time put into that offensive line as it was the rest of the weapons that I'm saying that surrounding the team. So I feel like that it will be the only thing that's, you need somebody quick to give the ball out to. So until Nico comes back, all the pressure's going to be on Tank. So all the defense in the secondary is going to be focusing on Tank. You're going to have to get Joe Mixon a lot more involved, things like that. So I feel like it could work still. I believe they play the Jets this week, Thursday Night Football. So I believe it could work. The Jets are looking a little beat up. They're looking a little shaken. Sauce Gardner does not look like the Sauce that we seen his rookie year. It's just a lot going on over there in New York. So I feel like Houston come in and kind of breeze by this win to give Nico some more time. We still haven't gotten an update on Nico, but it should be coming soon. But yeah, that's all I got on Stephon Diggs being out. I know that's crazy, but yeah. Next thing, man, we got some more trade news, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some more trade news. Deontay Johnson, former Carolina Panther, is going to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, how long have I been telling y'all that the Ravens need a receiver? They need a go-to buckets. You know what I'm saying? They need a go-to bucket when it matters most. When Lamar is scrambling, you need somebody that can still get open, good route runner, has decent speed. I wouldn't say he's the fastest, but he does have decent speed, great route runner, and he has good hands. Feel me? He has good hands. Not too many drop passes from Deontay. I love the pickup. I'm not gonna lie. They had a couple opportunities prior. You know what I'm saying? Of course, D Hop and Devontae Adams hit the market before this. I'm not really sure why that didn't work out, but and Amari Cooper, but cool. This is still not a bad play. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad play. You can run a lot of different ways with this. You can put Zay at the slot, Deontay at the one, Rashad Bateman at the two, or you can put Rashad Bateman at the one, Deontay at the slot, Zay Flowers at the two. You could do a lot. Then you still got Mark Andrews, big target to throw to, tight end. He's starting to find his way the second half of the season, like I said previously. And it's just now they just took a little divisional loss against Cleveland. Not terrible on the overall record. It looks bad when it comes down to later on division games and things becoming close when it come down to them in Pittsburgh. Right now it's looking like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati slowly trying to creep their way up to that. They just took a loss though as well. So it's they're still in a good position. You know what I'm saying? You still in a good position. You want to go up. You feel me? You don't need Pittsburgh keep going on this roll that they're going on for sure. You definitely need to keep getting some wins in order to keep your position. So I definitely like this move. I feel like this is a perfect move for them. As far as picking up a receiver. Uh, and yep, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, let me know what you think, man. Next thing we got, man. Anthony Richardson sitting out. So I got to talk about this. So the last game, previous game, the Colts played the Texans, and Anthony Richardson sat out halfway, a little after halfway through the third quarter, and I just want to get my thoughts on it. So first thing I think is it lacks any sense of competitiveness. Let's go ahead and put that there. There was no sense of competitiveness there for you to want to just leave out mid game. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care outside of a small number of circumstances. I feel like there's not too many excuses you can have as to why you wanted to leave a game mid game when the game is on the line, things are critical, you're the starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We drafted you, we put in a lot of stock into you. I don't understand. There isn't too many reasons you can give me as to why he wanted to leave. Now, the reason that he gave was that he was tired. Okay. The reason he gave was that he was tired. Now, I feel like that's not, in my book, that's not good enough, bro. You feel me? That's not good enough. Um, I've been seeing a lot of former players, a lot of even some current players talking about it. it seemed like these kids are getting lazy, bro. They're getting lazier and lazier because things are handed to them a lot more. They're giving out uh more money in the NILs. You know, people getting to sit out and breeze by things just because you're an athlete, and I feel like it starts to rub off in the NFL. You feel entitled. The entitlement syndrome is starting to run around, and it's getting contagious with these little kids. And I feel like there's no will to want to win for real. You just want to make it. Like the will to want to make it and win a Super Bowl or win a NBA Finals or win a chip in general, I feel like that's not there no more. What's there is I'm here to get a bag. That's it. Simple. I'm here to get a bag, get my buckets, go home. Like I don't give a damn about no team. I don't give a damn about no chip. I don't care about no none of that. Feel me? And B, it's hella people we can name that's doing this right now. You know what I'm saying? Him sitting out mid game in a football game, quarterback is crazy, bro. You just don't hear it. And I feel like it should be a fine, a penalty, something, bro. Like that's just not to me. I'm not vibing with that. I'm not vibing with that. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man, about him sitting out, man. Joe Flacco is gonna be the new starting quarterback. I feel like I love that move. Joe needs to be starting. You feel me? Joe has been the more productive quarterback. So I looked at some stats earlier from Anthony Richardson. He has not thrown for over 50% all season. He is right now at 44% on the season completion percentage rate. Um, he has not thrown for over 220 yards in a season this season so far, and I believe they have been outscored majority of the game, majority of this season. I believe it was a couple more stats I can't think of right now. It's gonna take me a minute to go find it, but yeah, man. AR, get on up out of here. Go ahead, and let Joe. You know what I'm saying? Let Joe do his thing. Joe is the more Joe comes in and looks like what the expectation should have been for Aaron Rodgers. That's just my personal opinion. Not too much, but we know what you're still capable of. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this whole championship or bust mentality that's going around the Jets is what's been frying them because everybody feels like they have to compete to those standards. And in reality, you don't because it's the Jets. Making a playoff should have been more of an expectation than just we need to go to the bowl this year and this year alone. Like, no. Feel like that's a little bit over the top. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? Who am I? Next topic I got for y'all is Minnesota exposed. Now, Minnesota has taken two back-to-back losses, one to Detroit, one to the Rams. Okay. Now, I believe firmly that they're not exposed yet. But if they go into these next few games not looking the way they looked the first 5 games, there's going to be a lot of questions going up as to, okay, is this the real Vikings now? You know what I'm saying? Are we back to the reality of this being the Vikings and this being their outcome? Because quite frankly, nobody expected them to be this good in the first place. So the fact that they have reached this milestone is already a notch on the belt, especially for Sam Darnold. Now you just play this year out. You wait on your draft pick, JJ McCarthy, to come back, your younger quarterback, see what he can do for you, see if he can come back from that injury, how he comes back from that injury, and then you go from there. Try to make a couple offseason moves, see what you need. But outside of that, I don't feel like right now, I don't feel like they're exposed. I feel like they still have a lot of room for growth. I feel like they have put themselves in a good enough position to where now you have more room for error. You know what I'm saying? Getting off to that good of a start in the season, you have a little room for error. You know what I'm saying? Now the loss to the Rams was a tough one. We knew the Lions were gonna be more of a fight, but the loss to the Rams was a tough one, especially in the NFC North with Detroit and Green Bay being in that division as well, and Chicago being right on your coattails. You got every win matters. Detroit is 6-1, Green Bay is 6-2. Every win counts, which means every loss counts as well. Chicago losing to the Commanders gonna hurt them and it keeps them at fourth place in the NFC North, but you needed that win. So it doesn't look good on that front, but it's still a lot of season left. You still got time. I don't feel like we need to sound the alarms just yet. Okay. Now, I done created a new little series. Now we out of the is it over and the sleeper woke because now we're approaching mid season. We're approaching halfway through the season. Trade deadline is coming up. A lot of moves are getting made. A lot of things are going to be set in stone now for the rest of the year. So as we approach the rest of the year, now I'm going to go into in or out. You feel me? Are they in or out? Playoff edition, and these are going to be based on records and or the rest of the season schedule or both. You feel me? So that's what I got for my list so far. First team on the list is the Baltimore Ravens. In or out? Right now, I feel like they're in the playoffs. I feel like their playoff spot is pretty much sealed. Um, I feel like the only thing that can mess them up as far as getting in the playoffs is them. Now they do have one of the top five toughest schedules in the league coming into this season, and it's done showed. First game being against the Kansas City Chiefs, fourth game being against the Buffalo Bills. It's been looking rough. Now they have managed to overcome, showing a lot of uh firepower with that backfield and Lamar and Derrick Henry, but it's the end of the season doesn't look no better than the beginning. Okay, so let's run through these last games. So the last few games, the next game is against the Broncos, one of the toughest defenses in the league right now. Pat Surtain is running that secondary, and they've been looking good. They've gotten Bo Nix to a positive record, so we gotta give some credit to that defense. The Bengals division rivalry, the team knows you. It's a lot. It's gonna be a lot at stake. Cincinnati need these wins coming up at the end of the season. Um, it's gonna be a tough one. Then after that, you have the Steelers. Steelers definitely gonna be tough. The Steelers are rolling right now, whether it's Justin Fields or whether it's Russ. Russ has them looking like more of a complete team. You get to see more of the total aspects of the team. Feel like Justin Fields kind of just had more of like a tunnel vision, which is still getting it done. He was still getting wins now, but it was more of a tunnel vision. He had his targets, and then after that, he just taking off running. You feel me? Russ not doing all that running. He's a little bit older, so you're seeing him more find his receivers, and his accuracy is looking on point. He's completing a lot of passes. Things are looking good over there. So the Pittsburgh Steelers is definitely going to be a tough one. They haven't played the Steelers yet this year. Then after that, you got the Chargers. Chargers looking good under Harbaugh. I believe a couple of their receivers will be back. Um, Justin Herbert is looking good, looking prime. He's starting to get more into that polish, that more premier quarterback era of his career. Not mad at it, which is going to be a tough game. Then they got the Eagles. Eagles going to be extremely tough game. You feel me? They have a lot of weapons. They have just as good of a defense, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Then they got the Giants, kind of a breather. Then they got the Steelers again. Yeah, the Steelers again. That's gonna be tough. Trying to beat the Steelers twice this year is going to be tough. Then they got the Texans, another tough game. Then they finish it off with the Browns. Knowing that the Browns already beat them, that's going to make that game a lot tougher. So right now I got them in, but they can't afford too many more L's. Right now they're sitting at 5-3. Pittsburgh is 6-2. Cincinnati is 3-5. So you kind of got you a good little cushion away from Cincinnati, but you need to catch Pittsburgh, and you don't need to let Cleveland catch you. You know what I'm saying? Or Cincinnati. So with that being said, we're gonna go into the next team. The next team we have is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my boy Baker and them boys. You feel me? In or out, man? In or out? I feel like as of right now, probably gonna go more into pushing them out just a little bit. I'm kind of straddling the fence because so their very next game is against the Chiefs. They're probably going to lose that game, right? Then you have a follow-up game against the 49ers. It's not going to be too much easier. You feel me? 49ers one of the best defenses in the league. Still, you're missing two of your most dynamic threats and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You can't afford to lose that in them two up and coming games. Can't. Then you got the Giants, much more of a breather again. Then the Panthers, another breather. Raiders, it's cool. We calm now, right? But with those two losses, we'll put them at one, two, three, four, five, 6 losses on the season. Okay. And being in the same division with Atlanta, with the stride that they're going and the easier schedule that they have towards the end of the year, you can't afford these losses again. Then you got the Chargers. A little more of a tougher win. We're gonna see if their defense can prevail. What did they do around the trade deadline? Being that their receivers are out, and I would think that they would want to make a move for something to kind of help with that offense. Then you got the Cowboys, still suspect. You know, the Cowboys is kind of a hit or miss team. You can't go in there slacking on the Cowboys. But we definitely want to see Baker prevail in that game. Then you got the Panthers, and then you got the Saints. Saints probably going to be full healthy at the end of the season, trying to push for their playoff run as well. So right now, I'm kind of straddling the fence. They're 4-4. Like I said, it's looking like they're going to probably lose their next two, but they could potentially win out the season, maybe a game or two here and there. Finish out possibly 9-8, and they could make a little wild card. They could make a stand. Who knows? But right now, I'm kind of just straddling the fence with that. Next thing we got is the Bears, man. Next thing we got is the Bears. Now, I put the Bears on here because they're in the NFC North and they're right now fighting for their lives at the bottom of the NFC North. They're fighting for their lives because the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions look damn near unstoppable. And then you add the Green Bay Packers in there, they looking unstoppable as well. It's hard to fight for a spot in this division. The rest of their season is not looking easy either. Being in this division, you have to play these teams twice, and some of these teams they haven't played twice, being the Lions. They haven't played the Lions, and I just don't know how I feel about them being able to beat the Lions or the Vikings or the Packers. So the next game they have is against the Cardinals. More of a calm game, even though you can't sleep on Kyler Murray and them boys. And you got the Patriots, decent defense. Drake May went out, so Jacoby Brissett is back starting. We don't know how that's going to play out. Patriots one of the sneaky teams, but they should win that game. Then you have the Packers, tough. Vikings, tough. Lions, tough. 49ers, tough. Vikings, tough. Lions, Seahawks, Packers. That's tough. Packers, Vikings, Lions, 49ers to throw in a little outside division. Then we come back to division with the Vikings and the Lions, and then the Seahawks, and then you finish with the Packers. If you don't play good, you will lose out the rest of the season, and you can go ahead and kiss your playoff wins goodbye. So, me seeing that schedule, I'm gonna go ahead and say y'all probably out of it. Chicago, it was fun while it lasted. Go ahead and regroup, figure out where you need to move people around for next year. Y'all might need to more go ahead and move some people around now. Go ahead and figure out what needs to be done because that's not gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that now. So with that being said, then we're gonna go into the NFC West. So I put the whole NFC West because there it's all up for grabs. Like it's all up for grabs. The Cardinals, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the 49ers, they're all 4-4. And then you have the Rams that just got a win against the Vikings, showed a lot of promise, probably gonna give a lot of momentum to the team, being that they got both of their receivers back at 3-4. There's no room for error in this there's no room for error in this division, and nobody has the opportunity to mess it up because of anything. Every win counts for the rest of this season. So as far as NFC West goes, we don't know who might come out. San Francisco has been beat up all year, which is why they've lost the games they've lost. No, none of their threats have been there. Seattle showed some weakness in their defense. Offense super strong. Rams lost a lot of their team. Cardinals kind of hit or miss. So it's just up in the air as far as that division. So that's why I put them in there. We don't know who's in or out, but I just had to throw the whole division in there because that's the only division where everybody's literally tied or the only game apart is the Rams. So with that, that closes off my football segment. Closes off my football segment. Had to go over the main topics from week 8. We had to go over 2 minute drill. My new shit in and out. You know what I'm saying? Now we gets into the NBA, that hoopage. You know what I'm saying? We gets into that hoopage, man. You feel me? So we are 1 week in into the NBA season. NBA season started last Tuesday. It is currently Tuesday while I'm recording. And right now it's looking like, first of all, Boston is gonna take the East. It's looking like Boston is going to take the East. The real question is, who do I think is going to compete with Boston? As of right now, it's looking like Orlando is a strong team to compete with Boston. They're hella young, so they probably won't win in a 7 game series. But right now, they're showing a lot of promise. Paolo is looking like the leader he needs to be on this team. He just dropped 50 ball. You know what I'm saying? That's you can't overlook that. Miami looking a little weak. Chicago doesn't have enough threats. The rest of the Eastern Conference right now that's at least in the up to the eighth seed is New York is in the eighth seed, 1 and 2. Right now, they're still trying to find their legs with the whole Cat and Mikal Bridges thing. OG Ananobi, everybody's just trying to discover their new roles over there. So right now, it's looking like Boston has a clean push to the finals. I'm not gonna lie. Which the whole controversy between Joel Embiid is looking like Paul George is gonna be out for a long time, and then Milwaukee starting off kind of slow. They're 1 and 3. They just lost to Boston as well. It's looking like Boston is gonna run away with this. Now it is a long season. We're only 4 games in, bro. We're only 4 games in. It's a long season. Cleveland is the only other undefeated team. I don't feel like they have enough, but they do have the skill and the size. I don't know if they have the experience as a group. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston is a group that's been together for a while now. You know what I'm saying? That chemistry is kind of different. Donovan Mitchell a little later to the party over there in Cleveland. So it's kind of different in that regard. And you have to everybody has to click at all point of time when you're playing a team like Boston. Everybody has to click at all times. There is no room for error. There is no room for taking bad shots or unnecessary turnovers. So with that being said, Cleveland is definitely my sleeper team again in the Eastern Conference. I love them as my sleeper team last year. They lost to the Orlando Magic in the playoffs, but we're not mad at that. You feel me? Like I said, you're still trying to develop a lot of injuries. I feel like they need to play Imani Bates, but that's for a whole nother discussion. But in other words, Boston is looking like they're gonna run away with it in the East. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Now the West, of course, we know how the Western Conference is. It's more up for grabs. LA is looking good. Phoenix is looking good. Oklahoma City is looking good. Dallas is looking good. Clippers are actually looking good. Golden State still looking promising. The Pelicans, Timberwolves, Rockets, Grizzlies. It's up for grabs. 1 through 10 right now is up for grabs. Any point in time, anybody get the slacking off, another team is definitely gonna step up. You can't sleep on Sacramento. You still can't sleep on Denver. Even though Denver is having a slow start, they're 1 and 2. They've lost 2 games at home. They're currently on a little win streak. They had to get their little first win up on in the season. You still can't sleep on that team. Adding Russell Westbrook, it just adds a whole different dynamic to that bench. So I wouldn't sleep on Denver, but the West is up for grabs. Now, next topic I have is this Orlando's year to make more of a run in the playoffs? They made a good playoff run last year. I feel like this is the year, if any, to make a good run because after this year, depending on how this year goes, some people are going to leave. Some people are going to leave, whether it's by choice or by force, because people want to win. You know what I'm saying? Some people still want to win out there. And then you got your people that's looking for that bag. Paolo's going to be looking for a bag. Uh, Jalen Suggs is gonna be looking for a bag. Cole Anthony's gonna be looking for a bag. Jonathan Isaac, um, Franz Wagner, a lot of them core people in that offense is gonna be looking for a bag. Who they give it to is gonna depend on who leaves. So I will say that. Are the Lakers the best team in the West? Maybe. They're looking like the most complete team in the West. Again, I feel like it has a lot to do with chemistry between them and the Pelicans and the Rockets and the Thunder. They're the most complete team as far as having the same core team. A lot of moves haven't been made as far as a huge dynamic. Now, when we talk about Oklahoma City Thunder, Josh Giddey was a major piece moved, but it just gave more minutes for the people who were still producing for you off the bench. So you didn't really lose anything. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really lose anything. He wasn't a 20 point uh phenom scorer. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting a lot. You're getting a lot of average play out of Josh Giddey. I feel like he's just a good all around player, right? But then you got Dallas. Adding Klay Thompson was a huge change. It's a huge change. You have two ball dominant people, and then you add a third one. It always changes the dynamic. That's why Phoenix is still going through what they're going through. They starting off good. They're 3-1, but still, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the Pelicans, another complete team. They've had that same team now for a good little minute. Injuries have played a part in a lot of that. They picked up DeJounte Murray, but he's already out again. So you just back to that same core team. You haven't really lost much. You haven't really gained much. It's just still that same thing. You just need Zion to play like Zion, and you need Brandon Ingram to play like Brandon Ingram. And then the Houston Rockets, same pretty much core team. Nothing too off the Richter scale as far as any differences go in that regard. So um, those are the most complete teams. I feel like the Lakers are by far the best out of those complete teams. Now, can they win outright the Western Conference? I don't know. I don't know that because they do have a fairly older team as opposed to a lot of the Western Conference. Oklahoma City is a young team. Um, the Pelicans is a fairly younger team than Phoenix and the Lakers. Dallas is a fairly younger team than Phoenix and the Lakers. The Grizzlies is a younger team. Houston is a younger team. Even Minnesota is a younger team. Like, well, I wouldn't really throw Minnesota in there. But these are all young teams that you're fighting against. So I really feel like the biggest problem with the Lakers is going, if there is one, is going to be longevity. You know, how long are your players going to play at the rate that they're playing? Because Anthony Davis is playing at a phenomenal peak rate right now. You need him to keep that through the majority of the season. You don't need him missing half the season because of injuries and things of that nature. So I feel like they're the most complete team right now in the Western Conference as far as having that chemistry, and it's really making sense with how JJ Redick has came and put things together. So hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm liking the Lakers right now. I'm liking how they looking right now. So all you Laker fans, I'm not on the bandwagon, but I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all. Next thing and the last thing I got for the NBA is we're talking about the certified buckets of week one, people. We're talking about the certified buckets of week one. So I have a starting five. We're gonna do this like this. The certified buckets are gonna be a starting five. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a starting five. I'm gonna try to have one from each position. But if I have a couple guards or a couple extra bigs, depending on how people play, hey, I don't want to hit nothing. You know what I'm saying? But um definitely doing this, man. Gotta tip my hat off, man, to the bucket getters. You feel me? Certified bucket spot one has to go to AD. You feel me? My first pick is definitely Anthony Davis for the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis has been playing like a phenom. The boy playing like he just got some new spring legs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it at all. I'm enjoying every minute of it. Right now, he's averaging 32.8 points a game. He's tied for first. He is he's averaging 12 rebounds a game, which is tied for seventh. He's only 3.3 assists. We ain't talking about assists though. Um, and he's just looking good, bro. 29, 31, 35, 36 in these games. He's looking untouchable. You feel me? He's looking untouchable. He's sixth in blocks as well. It's just looking he's looking good. Defensively, offensively, it's looking like nothing he can't do. They're basing the offense around him, and he's stepping up to the plate, showing that he can lead this team. The next spot I have is for my boy in Charlotte, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball, I had to throw in here as my certified bucket of the week this week. I ain't gonna lie, it's been looking like Lamelo. He's came back and he has his stride going. He's healthy, exactly what we need to see, and he's getting buckets, exactly what we needed him to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Charlotte Hornets fan, but I do like when the home team is playing good, doing good. You know what I'm saying? It brings a lot of money to the city, a lot of money to the state. You feel me? That money trickles out. You know what I'm saying? But right now he's third in points in the league right now at 31.7. Feel me? He's tied for seventh in assists at 7.3, and he's third in 3 pointers made this year so far on the season. You know what I'm saying? So with those stats, he might get most improved. He might get most improved. I know a lot of people feel like he's overrated, feel like he's not that good. All he is a passer. Oh, yo, he can do is pass. Okay, he's averaging 30 right now. He's averaging 30. We're only 4 games in. Come on now, what you think he's gonna be doing by December? Let's be real. Um, Now turnovers is going to be a major thing, but when you're the ball handler, you're gonna turn the ball over. But 10 turnovers against Atlanta, not acceptable. We're just gonna go ahead and put that out there. But other than that, though, he's looking phenomenal. He's looking phenomenal. 46.8 field goal percentage, 41.7 3 point percentage. He's looking good. He's looking good. The next spot I have Shea Gilgis Alexander. Okay, Shea, the Canadian, the bucket getter, is looking like a bucket getter. You dig what I'm saying? He is doing exactly what we thought him to do, what we knew he would do. He's leading them right now on a 3-0 team. You know what I'm saying? He's really the core of that team. Chet bringing in the back end side for the defense. Chet averaging 4 blocks right now, 13 rebounds. Shea averaging 3 steals, 6.3 assists, 28.7 points. He is currently eighth in points, 13 in assists, second in steals. And you can't teach these type of all around games. You know what I'm saying? It has to come from knowledge, a lot of trial and error, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of support, good supporting cast. You feel me? I feel like he has a great supporting cast right now. Everybody's playing their role perfectly and just letting him do his thing with the ball, with the rock. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving that with him. You feel me? Definitely had to put him in my certified buckets. Next person we got, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know, man. This nigga gets buckets every single year. I don't know how, because he's super fat. But can't nobody guard him, and it's Luka Doncic. I wish I knew what some of y'all thought I was finna say. Some of y'all thought I was finna say somebody crazy, but it's Luka, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Luka, none other than that boy Luka Doncic. You feel me? The reigning Western Conference champions right now. He's averaging 27.7 points a game, 9.7 rebounds, leading the team in rebounds. Might I add, as a guard. 6.7 assists. I mean, bro, leading the team in rebounds as a guard, I don't think people give enough credit to. Like him almost averaging a triple double and stuff as a guard. I know it was highlighted more with Russ, but people not giving Luca enough credit, being that he's not as athletic as he's not finna come windmill, no dunk from a steal and do all of that. He's not doing all of that. He's not super fast. He's crafty. He's smart. He knows how to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Luca is currently tied for first in points. Well, he was tied for first in points. He's first in points on his team. He was tied, but then some people averaging these 30s bumped him down a little bit. So now he's 13th. But he's 13th in assists. He no, he's 16th in assists. 10th in assists. Okay, so when I did this, these notes were from the other day. You know what I'm saying? These were from some days ago. Some people played last night and kind of threw off my vibe. You know what I'm saying? And threw off my numbers. But he is now 10th in assists, 19th in rebounds. 19th in rebounds as a guard, bro. I don't think y'all understanding. Like, that's really tough to do, bro. It's a lot of bigs. It's a lot of 6'10s that can get way more rebounds than him, that's going to be in position to get way more rebounds than him. And he's still averaging a lot of rebounds, almost 10 boards a game, which is crazy. And he's sixth in 3 pointers made. Now, again, these numbers were before all, you know what I'm saying? So these were some days ago. So y'all, hey now, don't 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 brutalize me in the comments, bro. You feel me? I don't want to hear it. And last but certainly not least, Jason Tatum. If you thought I was gonna pick anybody else, you're crazy. Jason Tatum has been playing like a man on a mission. He's been playing like an angry black man. You feel me? Which he should be. He should be angry. You feel me? I got you, black man. You should be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? You should be. bro. They've been trying to belittle you since the summertime, since your championship. They've been trying to belittle you, bro. You can't stand for that, bro. You can't stand for that. I ain't gonna let them let you slack. You feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Jason Tatum averaging 28.5 points a game. He is tied for 10th in points right now. Um, Jason Tatum is just looking like a nigga with a point to prove. 51.2 field goal percentage, bro. 41.9 3-point percentage. Bro, he's looking like a nigga with a point to prove. I ain't gonna lie. He's trying to prove a point, bro. He's trying to prove a point. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, my boy. Keep doing that. But outside of that though, man, how long I been here? You ain't even seen the noti? 41 minutes, my boy. If Denver lose to Brooklyn, I'm gonna be pissed. They're really playing like cheekies. But yeah, man, I've been on here for a good 41 minutos. My boy Ant got 24. Mm. Oh my god. But yeah, man, I'm about to get off here. You feel me? Finna hop over to the Twitch side. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on over here, Ski. Yeah, Jay. I've been on for a Gripperton, but it's all good though. I'm gonna tell you who I knew wasn't gonna come, and that's Glenn. You feel me? Alright, gang. Head over to Twitch. Thug. Love y'all, man. Long live Tay. Long live Spank. I already know the vibes. Foul.